Better araw sa ating lahat. Better morning, better afternoon, better good evening to all of you. And welcome sa programa natin. Ito pong NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico. Today is July 24 na po. No? July 24 na po. And malapit na ang end of the month. And what comes end of the month? It is payday. Payday na po. Ito po si Nico Fabian, once again inviting each and every one of you, mga kababayan ko po dyan sa Pilipinas, mga kababayan ko po dito sa Malaysia, particularly dito sa Sabah is Malaysia, very specific, dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City, the Lone City, dito sa Sabah. And of course, mga Filipinos natin po, not only in Sabah, but also another state in south ng Malaysia is ang Sarawak. 2 states tayo mayroon dito po sa East Malaysia, and that is Sabah and Sarawak. Kumusta kayong lahat, mga Malaysian friends ko po? How are you? Wassalamualaikum. And salamat pagi, salamat patan, salamat malam sa inyong lahat, or to each and every one of you. Ang mga OFWs natin po sa not only in Malaysia but sa mga iba-ibang nation po, no? I would like to say, sana lang po okay na okay ang buhay ninyo ngayon. And Godspeed sa inyong lahat po. No? As we enter another day, July 24 na po. And I wish everything is running smoothly. Okay? Sa programa natin ngayon, no? Thursday, sa programa natin ngayon, I'll be touching a little bit on very important issues. Like one is, yon po, there is no decision yet from the ICC when it comes to the interim release appeal made by the legal team of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. What is this interim release? This is an appeal to the ICC, or International Criminal Court, asking the court to consider giving Tatay Digong or former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte a temporary freedom po. It could be outside the detention center po, near anywhere in Netherlands. It could be in other countries po, no? Regardless whether you're a member or that country is a member of the ICC or not. And of course, mayroon mga conditions. Conditions are laid out, and they have to follow in the event. ICC will rule affirmative on the request or appeal of Tatay Digong. What the good po, no? This interim release in the event ICC will approve the request, then it means Tatay Digong will no longer be inside the four walls of the ICC detention center. Maraming mga benefits po, no? Advantages of Tatay Digong being at the age of 80 na po. He's considered a super senior citizens already po, no? And with all his sickness, no? So it will be of great help if we can or they will put Tatay Digong in one house, provided that he will comply with all the terms and conditions po. And one of the terms and conditions, in the event there will be a hearing, he should present himself physically in the court of the internal or international criminal court po. No? And is not supposed to make any statements, press releases. No? Just nandoon lang siya po. Secluded lang siya po dyan sa isang bahay po. But very good, because kung nasa bahay lang siya po, you will not feel that, the stress of being inside four walls of the detention center po. Detention center. And also, I will be touching also on the visitation of common law wife of Tatay Digong, si Madam Hanilet, wherein last day, si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte already left The Hague, July 23rd, that was yesterday, and is going back to the Philippines. So, sino nang take over? Who took over the place of Inday Sara Duterte to comfort Tatay Digong? no, to comfort Tatay Digong during the visitation, scheduled visitation days and hours po, is of course the common law wife of Tatay Digong, si Madam Hanilet. And of course, they are taking turns po. No? We have seen Inday Sara Duterte, ang wife ni Tatay Digong, si Madam Elizabeth, and then ang mga anak po, si Congressman, si Congressman Pulong Duterte, nandyan po, nag-visit din, took time also to visit Tatay Digong. Ang tatay nila po, si acting mayor ng Davao ngayon, si Baste Duterte, and of course, ang younger sister nila, si Veronica, or known to many as Kitty po, no? Kitty. I was made to understand after the sabihin natin time ni Madam Hanilet, then ang anak nila, the youngest daughter, si Veronica or si Kitty, will be taking over the place of her mother, si Hanilet po, no? And she will go. I think the ICC allowed visitation to Tatay Digong for 4 times a week. Mahirap naman po. But at this age, and then nobody will visit him, medyo mahirap din yan po, no? Boring yan po sa loob. And of course, kung mga immediate families can go and visit him and give some news of what is happening, no? At this, okay yun the way he thinks, no? It will help also, sabihin natin, inspire him, be stronger, and wait for his reading of the charges of his allegations po. And that is scheduled on September 23. But may April na for the interim release of Tatay Digong. Temporary freedom yun po. No? Temporary freedom. Okay, the other topic I'm going to touch is tungkol, yun po, ang reaction ni VP Sara or Vice President Inday Sara Duterte when it comes to the recent announcement, media announcement po, no? News reports po about the visitation, 3-day official visit of President Bongbong Marcos Jr. Dyan po sa United States of America, or he had a meeting with the President of United States, si President Donald Trump. Now, they also touch on the EDCA sites sa Pilipinas po. So, may reaction din si Inday or Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. All these things po, you are going to, I will give to you some details, including footages po, so you will understand and you will not be blurred on what is happening in the Philippines, particularly in this related issues po. And the other thing I'm going to touch in my program today is ito po. How do you look at it? How do you look at it? Is it childish? Is it appropriate? Is it proper? There was a ano ba yan? Hamon, no? Si acting mayor Baste Duterte ng Davao, naghamon siya kay Philippine National Police Chief, si General Nicolas Torre, on a fist fight, boxing match po, no? So, ano ito? Later on, you are going to, or I will give you the details of this. Nakakatawa, but kuminsan din, I feel sad. No, I feel sad. No, I feel sad. Honestly speaking, I feel sad also po. No? And nakakatawa din po what is happening. So this is more on politics po. No? This is more on politics. But anyway, okay, let us start with the issue of suspension of the decision of the International Criminal Court when it comes to the appeal or request of the legal counsel of Tatay Digong about the interim release request made by the camp of Duterte po. Nandito po, let me share with you a story about this issue. The heading of the news article published in Philstar goes this way: ICC poses decision on Duterte's request for temporary release. Alright? So, nandito po. Let me read you the story. The news article po. Listen carefully po. So, at least, you will not get blurred. Kumusta kayo po? No? Si Mary Lou Pentojo is also watching ang program natin. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. Godspeed. And hope you're doing fine today. Alright, nandito po ang detalyes ng balita. The International Criminal Court or ICC has posed its decision on former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's request for interim release, giving his legal team more time to provide important informations. The ICC's decision on Wednesday or July 23rd means that the court will hold off on deciding whether to grant Duterte temporary freedom while his defense gathers more evidence. To give time ang defense team po to gather evidences. Accordingly, and to ensure that a decision on the interim release request is appropriately informed, the majority considers it appropriate in the circumstances to defer the issuance of its decision on the interim release request until further action is undertaken by the defense on the matter, or until when the chamber will deem it appropriate, the decision read. Okay? The chamber's three judges unanimously agreed to the suspension, although Judge Maria del Socorro Flores Liera, one of the judges Duterte wants to remove, expressed a partial dissent. Duterte's camp filed a request for interim release on June 12, citing humanitarian grounds due to his age of 80. The motion was opposed by the prosecution on June 23rd and by the Office of Public Counsel for Victims on June 25. The prosecution objected to the defense's request for leave to reply on June 30, submitting both confidential and public versions, followed by the OPCV's opposition on July 1, 2025. Meanwhile, the registry transmitted observations from the relevant states on July 3 and 11 in accordance with the Chamber's June 18 order. On July 14, the defense filed an urgent request for the Chamber to suspend adjudication on the interim release matter, seeking more time to gather supporting information and to order or encourage unspecified procedures. However, the prosecution strongly opposed this suspension request on July 17, asserting that the defense should not be allowed to delay the adjudication due to its premature urgent filing. The charges against the former president are crimes against humanity, which involved at least 43 cases of killings attributed to the Davao Death Squad and police action during his presidency. The incidents reportedly occurred between November 1, 2011 and March 16, 2019. The former president's controversial anti-drug campaign resulted in a government-reported death toll of 6,000. However, human rights groups estimate the figure could be as high as 30,000, with many victims being small-time drug users and pushers. The confirmation of charges against former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte will be on September 23. Imagine po, 6,000. And the other side was also claiming 30,000 na po. But based on the records po ng charges po, mayroon lang po 43 complainants. 43 complainants, and that 43 complainants, not all positive yun po. No? There are some complainants affidavits or documents showed that the death of the relative were not due to the campaign on the war against drug executed by former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Okay, yan po. All right, let me share you a brief footage on the suspension of ICC's decision po when it comes to itong sabihin natin itong interim release. Nandito po. Let's listen to this. You hold on, 47. Nandito po. Just listen. You hold on. Sandali. Medyo alright. Sandali. Okay. Nandito.
Ng International Criminal Court o ICC Pre-Trial Chamber ang hiling ng kampo ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na suspendihin ang desisyon sa hiling nilang interim release para sa dating presidente upang mahanap ang mga impormasyong hinggil dito. Pero nilinaw ng Pre-Trial Chamber, hindi remedy ang pagsuspindi sa proceeding sa isang request para sa interim release. Ang kanilang ginawa ay hindi rin prejudging sa issue. Ngunit para sa tama at efficient na proseso o judicial proceedings, tungkulin aniya ng defense na ibigay sa ICC Chamber ang lahat ng impormasyon upang suportahan ang kanilang hiling na interim release.
Alright, narinig niyo po ang official announcement tungkol sa suspension of the decision of the ICC regarding the interim release or temporarily freedom of or appeal of Tatay Digong po. So to give time for the Duterte camp to bring additional evidences po. No? Normally, we were expecting the decision from the ICC, it will take only 1 month po. Pero sobra na yata po, no? Sobra na 1 month. And nag-extend na naman po dahil nag-request ang kampo ni Tatay Digong or ang mga lawyers ni Tatay Digong po to allow them to submit additional evidences to support their appeal or their request for temporary freedom of Tatay Digong. Yon po. Alright, this time around, siguro po, ang dami tayo, no? Mga supporters ni Inday Sara Duterte, mga supporters ni Tatay Digong po, mga supporters ng PDP Laban, no? And those who are interested and keen to know about the latest updates, kumusta ang sitwasyon, how is the health situation of Tatay Digong, how is he doing inside the ICC Detention Center every day po. And what I'm going to do now is to share with you a portion of the interview of the common law wife of Tatay Digong, who is now at The Hague, and took over Inday Sara or Vice President Inday Sara Duterte in the visitation rights, nila po kay Tatay Digong. Alright, somebody's calling me. I cannot attend because po, on live tayo. Alright, so, I'll give you this footage. I'll give you this footage po. Sandali. I'll give you this footage of Madam Hanilet po. Alright, sandali. Okay, let's listen to this.
Maganda yung gupit niya ngayon. Tsaka yung kulay ng buhok niya. Tapos, tanong siya kung may tao ba dito. Sabi ko, meron.
Hindi nababalan man.
Sabi ko nga, nandiyan si Atty. Tapos, Yun, sige, siya tanong sa akin, kaya siya pakauwi. Kaya, nandito sila, attorney. Kaufman, tawagan siya. Yun ang tanong niya.
Sa mga napag-usapan niyo po, what can you share? Yung mga hindi naman private matters. Meron ba on anything on politics?
Wala naman. Kinuwento ko lang yung anong, di ba yung witness na explain.
Oo.
Kinuwento ko yun.
Yung tanim testigo po yan.
Yung tapos,
Si Pastor Kibroy po, wala siya nasabi dahil natin na yung bail ni Pastor Kibroy.
hindi ko na-venture kasi. Pero yan naman siya
Hindi rin niya kasi nalaman na na-cancel na hindi nag-grant ng bail. Hindi siya nag-grant.
ano naman siya, kaya lang, yun na nga, talang mo parati, ano ba daw, ano daw sabi niya, di daw niya nakikita yung lawyer niya. Sabi niya. So, hindi ka na, kamisod ka, ano to na, pero dati, iba nga din yun dati mo nga, pag bibilihan ko sa vending machine, may didalahin sa yung ito.
Ngayon, hindi na pwede.
Bumili ako ng 2 chips sa vending machine sa kay. Bagay, pangalawa niya ito, pera niya ito. Yun, tapos, yun ang tinatanong niya kung diyan ba siya mamamatay. Oo. Ay, naway ko. May awa.
Ma'am, reaction niya po yung pagpapayat na.
Ito, payat talaga siya. Ngayon, napansin ko. Noon pa yun, di ba yung last time ko nag Kasi, November ko ng Thursday ako pumunta. Tapos, ako ng Tuesday. Pansin ko talaga po payat.
So, lalo pa pong pumayat or the same lang? Payat lang.
Yung buto niya dito, lumalim. Lumalim ang buto niya.
Pero yung pagpayat niya, ma'am, hindi naman nagsasag yung face.
Or wala. Kung talaga maliit talaga yung face niya na di ba? Hindi na talaga yung hindi mo siya cheeky na natin. Hindi yan totoo. Dito niya malalim. Dito kita yung niya, buto na buto. Yun, tapos yun, tanong niya kailan daan, kailan daw siya.
Si Kitty po, when is she visiting the father?
Mag-aabot siya mga next month's group. Tapos, po, kasi kanina tumawag, nag-call ang papa niya lesson. Tapos, naiyak pa naman ako kasi kitaan niya. Nantahan niya yung papa niya. Tapos, sinasabi niya kasi na, nakausap na niya yung lula niya. Tanong sa akin ng papa niya, okay ba daw dito? Okay naman siguro. Sabi ko nga, baka out of ba yung inspiration or what. Pero, awa ng Panginoon.
Meron ba siyang mensahe sa amin, mga nagsusuporta sa kanya?
Siyempre, papasalamat siya. Alam niya nandiyan kayo. Alam niya na pinagdarasal niyo siya. Dasal lang tayo. Sinabihan ko saan. Yun lang yung portion na narinig ko na tama ba yun na sabi ni Willie na sinabihan niya miskin na siya lang mag-isa. Sinabihan ICC, di ba? Na mali. Tama ba yun?
Tama po sinabi niya.
Sinabihan ko. Sabi ko nga siya, siya nga, hindi niya alam ang kaso niya. Tinatanong niya, ano ba talagang ko? Kaso. Hindi niya alam ang pagkakasama ko. Una sila makita Nakalala na sa ilalim ng makita na yung pain ng tao. Ang kaso, wala pa. Kasi,
Sabihin niyo, hanggang ngayon po, nag-advertise pa sila sa mga testigo na lumabas. At
Ayan,
sa pilitan na talagang kinukuha sa mga pulis na testigo, wala namang bumibigay.
sinabihan ako na may kasi dyan may tao dyan team dyan na nagsabi lang ako ng news. Di ba tama ba yung news na yung kay ano ba yun? Kay yung nag-squill, nag-witness, tama, di ba?
Oo.
Sinabi niya meron siyang kasama na
Yes. Yes.
Nagsabi lang ako, sabi ko, minsan ko sinabi ko na kwento ko lang balita. Hindi yan regarding sa kaso, balita yung kinikwento ko. Ganun yung ano, kung ano lang yung balita doon, ganun yung ano. Hindi ko alam kung sino yun. Hindi na ako nakikinig kasi ng Muslim.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yun po, this is the footage of the common law wife of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Dyan po sa The Hague. Outside the ICC or International Criminal Court detention center after she visited her husband, si Tatay Digong. And during the interview, just a brief interview lang yun po, no? Now, some supporters of Tatay Digong, or former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, questioned her about the possibility or the request of the former President of the Philippines. When he dies, he wants to be cremated. When he dies, he wants to be cremated. So let's listen to the reaction, statement of the common law wife of the former President, Hanilet, Madam Hanilet, regarding the cremation issue po, no? Cremation issue. That was the request. That is the request of Tatay Digong. Since ever since he became the president of the Philippines, he keep on repeating in the event his time will come and leave all of us. He wants that he will be cremated. He wants that he will be cremated. But unfortunately, not all the siblings not all the children of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte agree with the cremation idea. And one is who is anti-cremation is no less than the first daughter of President or Tatay Digong, and I'm referring to no other than the Vice President of the Philippines, Inday Sara Duterte. Let's listen to Madam Madam Hanilet on the issue. You hold on. I will share with you this footage. This footage. Hold on. Nandito po. Let's listen. Watch and listen.
Para kasi nga, sana iba cremation talaga yun. Pero pro pa sa cremation. Ako pro akong cremation, sila ako gusto ko. Kasi mas mura yun. Hindi yun, alam ko yan, magkano babaong sa Pilipinas. Ay, yes. Mahal talaga kasi. Pro ako dyan. Pro ako. Pati po ka, people din, pinauwi na yun. Noon pa yan, mayor pa yan na ilan. So wish na talaga niya yun? Okay. So talaga yun. Gusto na naman din pa mo.
Ayaw natin.
It was kasi brought up with the meeting kasi. Lakas ng system.
Anyway, wish na pala yun before to. At saka, welcome natin. Okay, kung wala na kayong question, she just arrived, jet lag pa. Thank you very much, ma'am. And
Salamat, ma'am.
Okay, that's it. That's it, Madam Hanilet Duterte po. No? Diyan po sa The Hague. Diyan po, The Hague. Okay, the other issue that I would like to touch is on, you still remember, 100% I'm sure, you still remember about the 3 days official trip of President Bongbong Marcos last Sunday, and yesterday he went back to the Philippines. He's now in the Philippines. And what is the result? The result is President Donald Trump agreed to give a 1% discount on the trade tariff. So according to the Marcos administration, it is significant po. It is significant. But again, unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos were laughing. A lot of Filipinos were saying, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money people's money po in going to meet the President of America only to get the result of a 1% discount. 1% discount po. Is it significant? Or are you satisfied with the 1% discount? Apparently, even our elected senators, they openly said that it's a big shame. It's a big shame. And I'm referring to, I can mention a few names po. We have Senator Ping Lacson. Ping Lacson gave a very negative a comment on the 1% discount of tariff. It should America was saying your tariff will be 20%. But after the trip of President Bongbong Marcos, he only discounted 1% po. It means now the tariff, all Filipino goods coming into United States of America, businessmen or we Filipinos, we have to fork out, we have to pay 19% tax or tariff po. And the worst thing, according to Senators Ping Lacson, Senator Estrada, according to Senator Jaime Marcos and others, they said, lugi daw po ang Pilipinas. Why? Because we have to pay 19% tariff while goods from America coming into the Philippines, libre po, free, zero tax po. In other words, Philippines is not making any single cent or any single centavo po. So even political analysts, economists, lawyers, ordinary Filipinos po, also in Sabah, when this morning when I spoke to some Filipinos here, they also said it's a big insult. It's a big insult, and it is not something that we can be proud of. US is just using us. That's the reaction of some Filipinos in Sabah po when asked for their comment. Po. Okay, some were comparing. You see, Indonesia managed to push down their tariff. Push down the tariff to 19%. Japan managed to push it down to, I think, from 27%, 32 or 27%, it went down to 15%. And goods, American goods going inside Japan, they have to pay a tariff, a tax of 50% also po. See? Maganda ang deal of Japan. Maganda ang deal ng Indonesia. How come the Philippines only managed to get 1% discount? Despite our President Bongbong Marcos is saying, talking very good about Donald Trump and about United States, that we are long-time allies of America, no? Because we have that treaty. Yet, only 1% discount Donald Trump gave to the Philippines. And come to think of it, ang mga EDCA sites nandito po o nandyan po sa Pilipinas po. No? And according to President Donald Trump, there are also plans, investment coming into the Philippines, and they want to put a ammo depot, ammunition depot in the Philippines po, wherein Philippines, with the investment of United States of America, they are going to produce ammunitions po. Ammunitions po. So yun po ang problema. And they are going to level up ang EDCA sites dyan po sa Pilipinas for reasons. One of the reasons, not necessarily if there will be a war, but to extend helping hands to the Filipinos in terms of in the event there will be natural calamities, natural disasters po. Like what is happening now dyan po sa Pilipinas. We have 3 typhoons po. We have a Typhoon Krising, Typhoon Dante, and Typhoon Emong. No? Emong, and we don't know. Typhoon Krising, ang dami na po namatay, 7 if I'm not mistaken. And the damage caused by Typhoon Krising in the Philippines, initial pa lang yan po is something like 4 billion. Billion is not million. It is billion. B as in boy. And not M as in Malaysia. Right? So, yun po. But anyway, sige lang po. Here is the reaction na coming from Vice President Inday Sara Duterte when asked to comment about these EDCA sites in the Philippines. Let's listen po. Para this, you will have an idea. Okay, let's listen to Vice President Inday Sara Duterte on the issue of the EDCA site in the Philippines.
Natin tanungin, no, kung totoo ba talaga na yung mga EDCA sites ay gagamitin for disaster preparedness and disaster response o sinabi lang yun para lang may masabi patungkol sa EDCA sites.
Just to piggyback real quick, VP, kasi sinabi ni DND Secretary Gibo Chodoro that we should ask the US to use these EDCA sites para po ma-facilitate yung relief operations. What's your reaction to this particular statement?
EDCA kasi, it means Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreements. Nandun yan siya sa, doon tayo sa, we're in the defense, no? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng defense, no? Di ba mutual defense? Like depensa sa Pilipinas at depensa sa, kung sino man yung ally natin, di ba? Kasi mutual, di ba? So, kung magkaroon ng agreement, iba pang agreements, lalong sa loob ng EDCA agreement about disaster preparedness and disaster response, pwede yun. Kasi defense is not just yung defense na kapag merong invasion or merong war, pwede ding relief operations in times of emergency.
Okay, yun po ang reaction ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte regarding the issue of EDCA sites in the Philippines. Kayo po, agree ba kayo po? Level up ang EDCA sites dyan po sa Pilipinas so that we will be able to receive the necessary help, necessary assistance po in the event that there will be an invasion, in the event that there will be a war, in the event we will be facing natural disasters, natural calamities po, like what is happening in the Philippines now? That's a big question mark. That's a big question mark. Alright. So, yun po ang latest updates natin tungkol dyan po sa issue ng EDCA. Ng EDCA. Alright. Ano pa mayroon tayo dito? You hold on. Tingnan natin, later on, we'll be touching about this boxing ni Torre. Ni Torre po. No? So, okay. Typhoon. When we talk about typhoon po, maybe I can, typhoon. Walang pasok man po sa Pilipinas ngayon dahil itong typhoon natin po, no? Itong typhoon natin. Walang pasok. Classes in several, you listen. Classes in several areas have been suspended for Friday, July 25, as the combined effects of a Typhoon Emong, international name Komay, Tropical Storm Dante or Francisco, and the southwest monsoon or Habagat continue to bring heavy rains across the country. As of 1 p.m., Typhoon Emong was last spotted around 175 kilometers west of Pangasinan, packing maximum sustained wind of 120 kilometers per hour near the center. Further north is Dante, whose last location is estimated over 700 kilometers northeast of Itbayat, Batanes, according to the State Weather Bureau's latest bulletin for the tropical storm at 11 a.m. this morning. Alright? So, yun po ang latest updates natin tungkol sa weather condition dyan po sa Pilipinas. Mayroon tayo Krising, mayroon tayo Dante, and mayroon tayong Emong. No? So, ingat lang tayo po. I would like to remind again all my followers, no, in the Philippines, please take care of yourself po, no? If it is not necessary for you to move around, siguro po stay at home and monitor the situation. In the event the situation is getting worse, worsen po, then please listen to the advice of the your local authorities po. If you need to be evacuated, then please do so po, no? Make sure that our children, our senior citizens, and those who are sick po, no, will be given a proper attention po, no, because they really need attention po when it comes to particularly this kind of disaster or calamities po, which nobody wants it to happen, right? Thank you very much also to the Office of the Vice President for consistent talaga sila po. They are very consistent in extending helping hands despite their budget has been reduced po, no? Kunti lang ang pera nila. And of course, as what President Marcos said, that he already ordered mobilize all local authorities to make sure that the interest and welfare of the Filipinos, particularly those affected by this flash flood po or by this disaster, they will get the proper attention po. That's good. Alright? That's good po. And this time around, siguro po, I'm going to touch, before I will conclude itong program natin, NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. Today is Thursday, July 20... ano ba ito? July 24th, no? July 24th po. Maybe I will share with you another controversial issue, hot issue, people are laughing, people are serious, may mga mixed reaction po regarding this hot issue sa Pilipinas ngayon po, no? And I'm referring to the itong challenge made by acting mayor of Davao City, si acting mayor Basta Duterte, kay Philippine National Police Chief, si General Nicolas Torre, on a fighting bout. Tapos na ang Pacquiao and Barrios fight, no? Last week. Ngayon, mayroon na naman po ang boxing match between Duterte and Torre. Matuloy ba ito po? Hindi. We don't know po. But according to General Torre, sabi niya po, sana magawa tayo sa Sunday. So, Sunday po, ano? So, it means Sunday is July 27. Sana na po. Then he called it as a charity bout po. No? A charity bout. Now, let me share you. Kayo naman ang reaction ninyo, ang opinion ninyo po about this so-called charity matching or boxing match between Duterte and Torre. Torre. Now, let me share with you itong footage po. Itong footage. Sadali. You listen to this.
Kasi matapang ka lang naman, we have the position pero masuntukan tayo. Anak ko magkaya kita. Ganun lang.
Hold on. Balik natin po.
Tayo, anak ko magkaya. Kasi matapang ka lang naman, we have the position pero masuntukan tayo. Anak ko magkaya kita. Ganun lang. Tama. Dahil marami ang nasa lantayan ng bagyo at baha. Maybe we can use this moment or this opportunity for to raise funds in a charity boxing match.
Okay. I-reply tayo ulit. One more time. Alright? You listen.
Tayo, alam ko magka. Kasi matapang ka lang naman, we have the position pero kung suntukan tayo, alam ko magkaya kita. Ganun lang. Tama. Dahil marami ang nasa landa ngayon ng bagyo at baha. Maybe we can use this moment or this opportunity for to raise funds in a charity boxing match this coming Sunday sa Araneta. 12 rounds. Pwede. Ang sa suntukan para maganda. At marami rin ma-raise natin. Siguro yung mag-find sponsors per round may mag-sponsor. So, let's place their merchandise before each round. So, 12 rounds para medyo marami sponsor at marami tayong may-raise report.
Alright, yan po. No, this video clip has been dyan po sa social media po, nagiging viral na ito ngayon po, nagiging viral na po. Remember, si acting mayor of Davao City, Baste Duterte po is a staunch critics of General or Philippine National Police Chief, General Nicolas Torre po, no? And last week yata yun, or last Sunday yata yun, he came out with a statement challenging for a fist fight kay General Nicolas Torre. And ang response naman ni General Torre, okay, mabuti pa. With this kind of situation we are having, we will make this bout, kung pwede 12 rounds po, to raise funds. Charity bout ito po. And kung pwede, let's do it on Sunday. 12 rounds na po. Mas marami every round na po, sabi ni Torre, may mga sponsors para marami po, and then the profit or whatever collections that they can make in the charity boxing match, then this will be given to the flood victims. Ganun po. Seryoso ba yan o hindi? We have a lot of mixed reactions po coming from different corners ng society ng dyan po sa Pilipinas po about this thing. Kayo po, anong ano ninyo po opinion, anong reaction ninyo po regarding itong so-called charity boxing match para sa Sunday na po. And then this morning I was watching a public service program, live yun po dyan po sa Maynila, ang station sa Maynila. There was also a report that mayroon ng mga tao po preparing ang Araneta Coliseum po para sa upcoming boxing match si Duterte and Torre dyan po sa Araneta Coliseum. Totoo ba yun o hindi? Or they are just making a mockery out of this story, no? Or just playing the game also po para yeah, it's funny and it's also ugly, no? It's also ugly po. So anyway, now let us get the comment because both of them are still under the purview of the local Department of Local Government unit po, under si Secretary Jovic Remulla, no? Let's listen. I will share with you a story about the reaction of Secretary Remulla po, tungkol itong boxing match. Sandali, sana yung storya. Okay, boxing match. Alright, sandali. Sana we can get it. Hold on lang po. Hanap tayo muna, Sandali, hanap tayo. I think mayroon tayo dito po. Unless you won't get blurred. Sabi ko, you will not be blurred regarding this issue. Hold on po. Saan na yun? Sana, dito po. Let's listen to this news article. I don't mind reading this to you po. Okay, nandito. About the charity match, The Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, which both individuals are under the purview of the Department of Interior and Local Government, or DILG, sees no legal issue with Kalupit, Bulacan Mayor Len Faustinos. Alright, sandali po. Medyo hindi yata okay, saan na yun? Mayroon yan po. He's favoring ang comment ni General Torre po, no? Sabi niya matapang itong si General Torre po, no? And he accepted the challenge. Although he is also saying na unbecoming daw si Baste Duterte as acting mayor of Davao City po, no? Of Davao City. Mayroon yun dito ang story, I don't know. I'm trying to get that story. Yon Remulla was talking about the so-called charity match bout. Wala na yata dito. So yan po. I'll try to check later on as we go on itong program natin. But this time around, I want to share with you itong footage po. Footage ito po, no? Sounds funny. Ano ba ito? Seryoso ba sila or hindi? Nandito po ang preparasyon or training exercise ng dalawang tao. Ang Philippine Chief of Police, si General Nicolas Torre, and si acting Mayor Davao City, Mayor Baste Duterte. Let me share you itong recorded footage po. Unang-una po, ang sa social media ito po, viral ito ngayon. Ang training ni acting Mayor Baste Duterte. Let's watch this footage po.
From the challenger gym, he's using his angles, staying on the outside and popping that jab. He is frustrating the power puncher. Tor is just stalking forward Lennox, trying to cut off the ring. He looks for a big right hand, but Baste slips under it and lands a nasty left hook to the body. You can hear that one up here. That'll take the wind out of your sails. Tor needs to stop headhunting. Baste's too slick for that. Olsen is furious. He charges in, abandoning the jab, and they are trading in the center of the ring. A phone booth war is broken out. Left hook from Tor, right uppercut from Baste. Neither man is giving an inch. This is dangerous territory for Baste. He's playing Tor's game now. A huge overhand right from Tor lands. Baste is hurt. His legs buckle. He's stumbling back to the ropes. Tor smells blood. He's coming in for the finish. A flurry of punches against the ropes. Baste is just trying to survive. The referee is looking close. Ding, ding, ding! Saved by the bell.
Yan po ang video clips po. Nasa social media na ito po, no? Hindi ito totoo, no? Hindi ito totoo. Ang schedule bout pa nila, unofficial, sabi ni PNP Chief. Sana sa Sunday daw po, no? Ang charity bout po, sana sa Sunday daw. Anyway, nandito din ang training ni, kasi nakita natin kanina po ang training ni Baste, no? This time around, I will share with you ang training ni General Nicolas Torre. Nandito, let's watch. Alright, yun po ang training which during the interview, previous interview po, sabi niya, tomorrow I'm going for a training na daw. Diyan po sa saan ito? Siguro nasa Camp Crame Gym ito po, no? Sa Camp Crame Gym. Matuloy ba ito? Hindi, I doubt. Matuloy ito. Parang kengkoy, no? Parang kengkoy po, no? Ang mga ano natin. So, but anyway, let's see po, ha? Si Secretary Joby Remola, ha? He was saying unbecoming daw po ito si Baste Duterte. How about si General Nicolas Torre po? Ha? What do you think of him po? No? After what he did dyan po sa Davao during the operation against Pastor Kiboloy, no? A lot of Filipinos are not happy with him after what he also did. Walang warrant of arrest. Ha? He can produce to except sa phone. Yun when they arrested. Kay Tatay Digong po, dyan po sa Villamor Air Base last March 11 ba yun? March 11 ba yun? So, you see, you cannot blame also out of the anger, emotional na si Baste and he's not happy with what they did. What he did, ito si Torre kay sa tatay niya, kay Tatay Digong. So, he challenged, no? But what Torre is doing now is trying to capitalize this thing and, you know, use this to push down ang kay Baste, to push down kay Baste, to discredit ang mga Dutertes po. Will he be successful or not? I think people are just laughing at PNP chief, PNP chief General Nicolas Torre po. I have nothing against General Torre po, but I'm not happy with what is happening now, no? Especially he is the chief of police. He is the one who is in charge to look after the security of civilians, no? Of the civilians because police siya po. And ganito ang ano niya, ang action niya po, no? Although yes, there is also mali din siguro si acting Mayor Baste Duterte, no? But hindi na dapat na it will come to this stage po, no? Hindi na kailangan to come to this kind of stage po, no? For me, nakakahiya yun po, no? Ang mga Filipino sa mundo, sa iba-ibang nasyon po, no? It will reflect what kind of Filipinos are we. Maganda na ang pangalan ng mga Filipinos abroad. We are hardworking, we are patient, we are peace-loving Filipinos po, no? Magandang pangalan natin po. So let us preserve ang pangalan ng Filipino po. Maganda ang reputasyon ng mga Filipinos po. Even dito sa Malaysia po. Except for some issues on the illegal immigrants po. But when you talk about Filipinos as workers, maganda talaga ang reputasyon ng mga Filipinos. So, siguro hanggang dito na lang po ang programa natin, NikTok, na Real Talk with Nico. And sana, maski paano, in one way or the other, I managed to give you what you deserve po when it comes to the breaking news, when it comes to the latest news, latest news dyan po sa Pilipinas in terms of the disaster or weather condition, in terms of the updates of the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, who is now nasa detention center ng ICC in The Hague, when it comes to the impeachment trial of Sara Duterte, when it comes to the aspects on economy, political stability po, ang reactions ng mga tao tungkol sa 1% discount given to the Philippines by President of United States, Donald Trump. So with this, once again, I would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. and I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless, Godspeed, and take care of yourself. Bye.